Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Please give me an audio and video check to let me know there's no echo. We have quite a lot going on tonight. Okay. I'm going to let my mods, everything aquatic, there is going to be a slight echo, I think, because I have my cell phone hooked up behind me. But you may or may not hear it. I've got it turned down as low as I can get it. I was having a little snack. I'll say hi to Ramphonic. Hi to My Fish Tanks Aquatics, John. Skull Aquatics, Everything Aquatic. Saints Dust Aquariums. Nathan came in. Nathan Hovey came in. And anybody else? I think that's it for right now. But hi. A slight echo. How about that? Patty's Petite Tanks is in the house. How's that? I muted my speakers. Excuse me. My hair looks good. Thank you. It's a mess right now. Thank God for Dina at Dina's Aquariums, or Dina, no, not Dina, Darlene's Tanks. I'll get it straight. When you're old, you call roll. If you read the description in the videos, we've got new fish stock. We have lots of new plants. We also have some disease to deal with, and I'm treating it. The good news is it's nothing new except one thing is new I've never had before, and I am treating the other one. I have not had but one baby pleco pass away, so I don't know what was causing that one. Maybe overcrowding. Okay, Dina, thanks. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to switch, or I'm going to add a tank to the stream. This is my phone. This is the 40-gallon that Jeremy gave us, and I decided not to put it in Rod's room upstairs because it's an older tank and it did have some chips on it that I was able to caulk and glue. And we did test it for its water worthiness. So this is some new stock that came in on Sunday, and it's the most I've ever paid for fish at one time. Thanks, Dust, but it's going to be all right. I'll explain it later, and we'll get into some details here in the stream in a little bit. We've got, I'm going to have to, I needed to print my cheat sheet. I think I'm going to go over to my messenger and cheat. But we have Camallanus worms in the koi angelfish, and I'm sorry. We have Camallanus worms in the 40 gallon, the new 40 gallon, and I'm treating that with medicated flakes that I got from Dina. It's anti-parasite quad flake, and it has praziquantel and levamisole, Epsom salt, and garlic in it. And this one's 10 ounces. Its suggested treatment is feed it as the only food source for 10 to 14 days. Well, we're on like day 7. And then repeat it in 3 weeks to ensure newly hatched parasites are dealt with to break the cycle. And it doesn't say on the package, but I'm sure anybody who's treated Camallanus worms, you understand the importance of gravel vacuuming and water changes after you treat with medication. I want to say hi to Legacy Hobbyist, which is Melvin, and Chew came in. Hand pink waving, Susan for SLC Aquatics. So we're going to discuss Camallanus worms, how to identify them, and how to treat them. Hey, Sketty Nona, welcome to the live stream. Also, we're going to discuss Hydra and what it is, how to identify it, pros and cons, how to get rid of it, how to treat it. And we're going to the web for results. And the chat, you're very welcome if you've ever SC Catahulas. Hello everyone. With Camallanus worms, you may need to treat in multiple 3-week cycles. They are hard to get rid of as they are highly resistant to any treatment. When I had them for, I had some silver angel. I had a silver angelfish that had evidence of the Camallanus worms coming out of its anus. I did one treatment, and the very next day there was results. And of course I continued to treat it along the suggested period of time. I do believe it was, I want to say 48 hours with raised temperatures, 90% water change, and then after 48 hours you want to dose it again. And I went ahead and dosed it again, and the measurements that I use, I'm going to have to get the package. The first time that I dealt with Camallanus worms was in several of my guppy strains. And it's the wrong package. Not very prepared tonight, guys. But we'll go over the Camallanus worms and treatment. I do have videos on my playlist under fish illnesses and treatments. And I agree with Dina that you want to treat in 3-week cycles. And after feeding the fish medicated flakes with praziquantel and levamisole, praziquantel, and levamisole, Epsom salts, and garlic. The garlic is a dietary as well as a flavor enhancer. I want to say hi to Sarah. Um, with Camallanus worms, you want to treat in multiple of 3-week cycles, and they're hard to get rid of. Okay. Then, treating the Camallanus worms in the 40-gallon with the angelfish. And then in my fire red tank, which I think I'm going to have to switch cameras. So while I'm switching my camera, it's going to be bright. I apologize for that. But the top 10-gallon aquarium, let me see, right here is my fire red shrimp. As you see, there's some guppies in there now. I don't have any mollies. I don't have any, well, the gold barbs may eat the Hydra, but I'm going to go to the website also to discuss what is Hydra. And how to get rid of it. Corey over at Aquarium Co-op has a nice article on how to get rid of Hydra from your freshwater fish tank. So we're going to go there, and it does look like this. And I'm going to visit my my drive, and I think I have a video with Hydra. Okay, I'm going to share this on the screen, and I apologize that it's, well, I can enlarge it. Okay, right in this area is the Hydra. And you see that it has tentacles and a stem that's attached to the leaf of the plant. And the tentacles can shock fry and shrimp. And so that's how I identified Hydra. And there are um, 2 different things I found out on the web. But we're going to go back to, I got Hydra last week. Mine was green. Mine is pinkish. And probably from eating shrimp. So I'm trying to get back to, this one has no color. You've spotted a miniature tentacle monster in your freshwater aquarium. Not to worry, it's a fascinating freshwater creature called Hydra that is relatively easy to deal with. Keep reading as we talk about it. What is Hydra? Hydra is a freshwater organism and of the genus Hydra. Their distinct relative is the jellyfish, corals, and sea anemones. You can find them in freshwater as well as saltwater or marine. Much like a sea anemone, Hydra has a stalk and a foot that attaches to the surface like plants, hardscape, or glass. And I did have some on my glass and a lot in the guppy grass. And a mouth at the other end that is surrounded by long, wispy tentacles. Scientists have long been interested in Hydra because of their immortal cells and powerful regenerative abilities. It is true, they said, if you cut them in half, they will reproduce. Hey, Tanked Aquatics, we're talking about Hydra tonight in the aquarium. Also, If Hydra is split into pieces, each fragment regenerates and becomes a new one. So I would say they're easy to cause to reproduce if you're not careful. First of all, how did Hydra get into my fish tank? In our experience, we've noticed that Hydra often lays dormant in fish tanks for many months, but then the population blooms when you start heavily feeding baby brine shrimp. It's possible that the Hydra hitchhiked from aquarium decorations, aquatic plants, rocks, or driftwood that came from an infected tank. Hydra can also be introduced if you collect live foods, plants, or hardscapes from the wild. Now, the latest thing that I did in this aquarium uh, recently was this piece of driftwood. Don't think you can see my mouse. Okay, I'm going to have to point at it. This piece of driftwood right here came from this aquarium, which many years ago housed crayfish and wild minnows and wild plants from my creek. So it's possible that they laid dormant in this aquarium, and when I brought the piece of wood over to this aquarium here, and was feeding my shrimp, it caused a bloom. So that's probably how Hydra broke out in my aquarium. So also, are they dangerous? It says no to humans. No, the stinging cells are too weak to affect humans, and if you try to touch them, they'll quickly retract their tentacles and ball up to avoid predation from larger animals. Thank you. Um, so what I did today, I did a lot of gravel vacuuming, which was pretty nasty. Because it housed shrimp, I didn't feed them heavily, and I didn't do substrate vacuums. And then when I spoke to Grant about them not really reproducing, they were growing up, but they weren't reproducing. He told me because of the weather change to go ahead and start feeding them heavier and do some water changes. Well, I did some water changes and started feeding heavier. I've recently purchased food from Shrimp Envy, and I really don't know what they have in their food products because I don't know if it has an ingredients list on it or not. And so I don't know what's in the shrimp food, but the bottom line is I was feeding heavier than I normally do. Also, with Hydra, Corey says how to get rid of it. Unless you have a steady hand and a very small population of Hydra, manual removal is generally not advised. If you accidentally break off any piece of that Hydra, they will grow into a new Hydra. Just like Melvin said in chat, you cut one head off, you get two, but it does reproduce kind of crazy. So instead, we first recommend that you decrease the amount of food going into the aquarium. When Hydra doesn't get enough food, the majority of them will starve to death and eventually disappear. Consider target feeding the fish or using fish dishes for shrimp to prevent the food from spreading throughout the aquarium. And that's basically what I do in that aquarium. I'm going to switch my camera back again so you can see. that in this area right here is a clay dish. And that's what I feed my shrimp with. Um, and Tom at Tanked Aquatics says they reproduce asexually, basically cloning itself. Oh, great. I've had self-cloning crayfish before, so now I've got self-cloning Hydra in my aquarium. But anyway, Corey suggests decreasing the food amount. So today it's only had a piece of wafer in the dish for the shrimp and the snails to eat. Consider target feeding the fish or shrimp with a dish. Also, regular water changes and gravel vacuuming to remove excess food will help decrease the population to unnoticeable levels. Another natural removal method is to add predators to eat the Hydra. You can try just about any omnivorous or carnivorous fish that is small enough to notice the Hydra. What's Dina say? Need to make sure not to share equipment between tanks or can spread the Camallanus worms or Hydra. Right. I am specifically using nets and buckets only, per tank, and using a bleach solution to clean the nets. Yeah, cross-contamination is something that I do not want in the fish room. Sparkling gouramis would eat them. He also suggests guppies, mollies, betta fish, paradise fish, and gouramis. So, confirmation there. And what I've done is add guppies to that aquarium, some hungry little males. And you can see there's plenty of little males in there. I will not be feeding flakes. There's also detritus worms within the water column. And I did clean the sponge filter out really good to increase filtration. So that's what I did to that. And if the fish do not seem to consume the Hydra, try reducing feedings to whet their appetite. And that's what I plan to do. Hydra is particularly prominent in fry grow-out tanks. So I want you to read this. You can go to aquariumcoop.com/blog/aquarium/Hydra. And the reason that they grow in fry grow-out or species-only aquariums is because you overfeed baby brine shrimp or powdered fry food. And you can also be thankful for your ram's horn snails, your pond snails, and your spixie snails. They are happy to consume Hydra, but they're too slow to go after baby shrimp and fish. Plus, snails do a great job of cleaning up any excess food that's not eaten by the fry. So for right now, that's what we're going to discuss about the Hydra. Then we're going to come over to Camallanus worms. Here on this website, it suggests using Fritz Expel P that contains levamisole and targets the roundworms like Camallanus. The medication works for paralyzing the adult worms so they can be expelled from the fish and removed via aquarium siphon. I'm going to go up to see if I can show you any images. There's a good one. This is Camallanus worms coming out of the anus of a guppy. This is Camallanus worms coming out of the anus of a pleco, an angelfish right here. That's a Camallanus worm coming out. Um, Bless his heart, that's severe. And the reason it's red is because it has consumed the blood supply from the host, and the worms are coming out due to them overgrowing within the gut of the host. Need to make sure. Okay, excellent point. Sparkling gourami. Sorry, took off to video the convict laying eggs. Cool, Saints Dust. Congratulations. Hi, Darlene. How you doing? We're discussing Hydra tonight, and right now we're on Camallanus worms because my koi angelfish have Camallanus worms in my new 40-gallon, and we are treating it with Dina's quad parasite, anti-parasite flakes, and it holds, I got to look at it, it has praziquantel and levamisole, Epsom salts, and garlic in the flakes. And this is, I'm going to feed another week with this food in that aquarium. I'm going to do some gravel vacs with a 50% water change. Then I'm going to give them a break from the medication. And if I find my levamisole powder, I'll probably mix some up and treat the aquarium. And I think it's in the dark for 48 hours. And then you do a major 90% water change, and then you repeat the dosage in the dark for 48 hours. But while they're in the dark for 48 hours, you want to feed them some high quality food. And what I normally do is I feed them Dina's parasite flakes, anti-parasite flakes. Everybody loves my hair, Darlene. Thank you. How are my babies, Susan? My babies are doing fine. I'm going to see if I can switch the camera over again so you can see the babies. They're swimming around. They're in the bottom aquarium, so let me tilt the camera down a little bit. My camera's real bright. They're loving it. They're swimming around like they do in your aquarium. I've done 2 or 3 water changes because this was a fairly new setup aquarium. The plants that you gave me, I just dropped them in there. I planted the onion today, and that one stem plant, and the Java fern is just sitting on top of the gravel in the substrate. So I don't really like this aquarium because it stays cloudy. So I'm waiting for it to cycle. I'm keeping the water changed. I see them. They're busy. Yes, they are. They just had a nice water change. And the adult female, she's not swimming with them right now. But as soon as I put her in the aquarium with them, Darlene, she came alive. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Thank you again. So back to the Camallanus worm and treating it. How long does it take to get rid of Camallanus worms? It says these distinctive red worms Aquarius see protruding from the vents of infected aquarium fish. The length of time it takes the life cycle to complete varies with temperature and for different Camallanus species. But in the case of Camallanus worms, it takes less than a month at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So that takes about 75, and I will be raising the temperature a little bit. My 4 angels demolished 2 dozen baby plecos. You're kidding, darling, Dina. What? What? I thought they were big enough, about an inch, and those fat monkeys haven't been fed for 2 days and still are bloated. Isn't that a shame? Thank God my angels are not picking on my plecos. I'm going over to chewy.com, and they're going to discuss detecting the Camallanus worms, and we saw pictures of that. And then I noticed when I brought the angels home, they were thin. But as soon as I started feeding them, they bloated up, which meant the parasite in there was already in their gut. And at the store, they weren't being fed heavily, so um, the parasite wasn't being fed. Um, there is a study of the pathology of the Camallanus worms, which I won't get into right now, but there is a life cycle. And when you learn the life cycle here, the first stage is the larva stage, and then the larva is eaten by a crustacean, freshwater, and then the second and third stage larva is ingested. The crustacean that is infected is ingested by a fish. Then the fourth stage larva parasites feed on the blood and mature within the gut of the fish host, then sexually matures into adult worms. The females shed the larva, and here we go again, back into reinfection. It's been known to be found in brine shrimp, um, preventing them. And Chewy's doesn't really go into a good treatment therapy. But Greg, what is his name? Sage. Greg Sage is where I ordered mine from the last time. And he has a good treatment therapy instructions. And usually, like I said, uh, you want to black out the aquarium, wrap it. I usually wrap it in a blanket and treat it with the levamisole. And then after 48 hours, you want to do a good substrate vac and repeat the dosage, and then take a 2-week break and then retreat. But like Dina says, you want to do it in 3-week cycles. But usually after the first treatment of levamisole, I was already seeing some results. Also, you'll see in this new aquarium, this is the 40-gallon that Jeremy gave me, and I ordered some fish from a local hobbyist. She was breaking down a 55 into two 20 longs, I think, and I tried to buy as much stock as I could. I was going with $240 worth of fish, but when she finished catching everything, her stock wasn't as great as she thought it was. She ended up giving me 3 chili rasboras, 4 or 5 Corridora pygmaeus, and I think there's 3 or 4 in the aquarium. 11 Espe rasboros, which are the pork chop rasboro. You see them um, towards the back and in the middle. I have 3 dwarf um, neon blue rainbow fish, and when they blew up, they're iridescent blue and they're so pretty. I also have 7 Corridora agassiz they look like little leopard spotted Corridora, and they are swimming in a school every once in a while. I have 1 skunk cory. She thought she had 1 panda cory in there for me. If she does, he's hiding and he's not swimming around where I've seen him. And then I have plants. She gave me 2 large sponge filters and lots of cherry shrimp. So these plants I have not gone through. When you see the worms hanging out of the vent, they're likely releasing eggs for the next round. Okay, Dina. Also, there is water sprite, Anubias, broadleaf Java fern. Hello, everything guy. How are you doing? Welcome to the live stream tonight. Oh, it's Fish Guy Ranch. Welcome to the live stream. But that's what I got in stock on Sunday. And of course, I will be breeding. And Rod got his aquarium set up. And if you haven't seen his video, I will share it with you all tonight. I don't think I have any audio on it. If you do hear it, you'll have to tell me. Of course, it's buffering. I got new mollies and guppies and platies, but I'm buying clown plecos. Okay. They don't know what's going on. Probably have too much going. Can y'all hear any music? Yeah, but I can't keep my tank crystal clear. Water in this tank, I did everything. You can read the captions if there's no audio. This is Rod's aquarium that we set up in his man room, and it's a brand new 40. And this is the equipment that we bought. It's the Tetra air pump for up to 60 gallons. It came with air stones and check valves and connectors and T's and valves. Got stream yard up and going. I'll show you. I don't know if I have any audio or not because my speakers are muted, but I do have closed captioning on. And he wanted to do a lot of it. And I also videotaped him catching his first fish that we put in there, which I will, no audio. Okay. Can you read the closed captioning? That will be it. Um, but you have to be a member to be able to view that. Great. So we went over Hydra, how to identify it, how to treat it. There's different options on how to treat it. Some people get all excited and upset when they see Hydra. Just my lovely voice. Thank you, Dina. Skipper's Aquariums. Hey, Skipper. How you doing? We've discussed Hydra, how to identify it, how to treat it, how to get rid of it, different options to do that. And we've discussed Camallanus worms, how to identify it, the life cycle of the Camallanus worms, and how to treat it, and how to, you want to raise the temperature above 77 or up to 77. Hey, Vanoskis, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. And I just showed you all, which I will show you again. This is my new stock and plants that I got Sunday. Over, I think it was $140 worth of plants and fish. We have Corydora agassiz in there, a school of them. We have one skunk Corydora. We have 3 or 4 Corydora pygmaeus. That's the little pygmy cory. I have a school of the lamb chop rasboras. I have 3 little chili rasboras. I have 3 blue neon dwarf rainbow fish. I have lots and lots of cherry shrimp. Um, what else do I have? I have water sprite, Anubias, broadleaf java fern. I'm not sure what that spiral little plant is. It's got a rhizome on it. Nice tank. I might be buying a 20 long gallon and 40 gallon and 30 gallon. I'm building stands for all the tanks. Great. Hey, Ed's picking up cichlids. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the live stream. We've talked about my new fish stock and plants, Camallanus worms, how to identify them, how to treat them and get rid of them, and then Hydra, how to recognize it, how to treat it, and how to get rid of them. Lots of suggestions. We went to the web. Corey over at Aquarium Co-op has a nice article written on Hydra, and I feed my fish medicated flakes that I get from Everything Aquatic, Dina, and I've been feeding my angelfish tank the anti-parasite quad flake that has praziquantel, levamisole, Epsom salt, and garlic. And her suggested treatment is to feed for only food source for 10 to 14 days, and then repeat it in 3 weeks to ensure newly hatched parasites are dealt with. And in between each treatment, you want to do gravel vacs and water changes to get rid of any of the sloughing off eggs and stuff. And I hope that you all are not, I hope I'm not buffering. YouTube says I'm got an excellent connection, but yet it's buffering. And Dina, our everything guy, says, I bought the fishes at Petco and all 6 fish died, and I got 5 still going and got fish medicine in it now. Well, what are you treating us in? I might be buying, oh, that was everything guy. Might be buying a 20 long, a 40 gallon, and 30 gallon. I'm building stands for all the tanks. Great. Keep up the good work. No buffering on this end. Okay. I'm going to close this website and come back to it. But that's what's been going on in the fish room, and picking up lots of new stock. And I also said, hey, Beta Aquatics, welcome to the live stream. There's going to be a slight echo. I'm sorry. I'm using the cell phone. And this is the new stock tank. And the description says lots of breeding going on. So uh, the tank behind me, which I'm blocking, you'll see the computer reflection. This is the 40 gallon that has the angels in it, that has the Camallanus worms. The pleco, male and female, have been breeding for the last couple days. So we're going to have another spawn of them. And I'm excited because over in this aquarium right here, there's no light in it, but my brown bristle nose plecos right here, I just put a cave in there. I took the clay pot out, and as soon as I put that small cave in there, he went right into it, trying to entice the female into it. So we've got that one going. They're breeding. And uh, the bronze cories are what Rod put in his 40 gallon. And so they were spawning. My friend gave me medicine for the disease and parasites for it. Do you, everything guy, do you know what you're treating and what kind of medicine that he gave you? We'd like to help you if you need any help. We wish you the best. Sometimes buying fish from box stores, you know, they come in with disease. Coral works. Hey, how we doing? Don't forget to hit that like. I'm going to mute my mic so you all can watch this aquarium for a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for joining the membership. Thank you. Vinoski says got a 40 breeder at Petco, and still in the back of my car trying to convince my wife in the remaining corner we have. Prayers for everything to work out there, Vinoski. Yep, we bought a new 40. Our local Petco does have the 50% sale going on, so we paid, I think, $59.99 for the aquarium. Then we ordered the light, the heater, and the air pump. Well, I had the heater that I bought from Diego at Pet Exotics. Sneak it in the dark. Got to make it work. I know the Eastern Tennessee Aquariums Association had their swap over the weekend, I do believe, and they've got another one scheduled in April. And I want to go over and let's see. Well, hello, Raphael. Welcome to the live stream. I want to share with you all how we can I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find the raffle. Does anybody have the link for the raffle on to win 2 weeks? Let's see. News. The breeding room. Newsletters. Well, I don't know where it is. Anybody know? Is Skull still here? I'm going to have to go to my email then. So y'all hang in there a minute, please. Thank you, Skull. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to share this. Thank you, Skull, for sharing the link. This one. It's the second annual raffle. It started March the 1st. This is an opportunity to win a trip for 2 to Peru, and it runs through March the 31st. And here Dr. Anthony is explaining: win a unique trip to the Amazon Research Center in Peru. Spend time in the Peruvian Amazon. Win a trip to the Research Center for ornamental fishes located a short distance from Iquitos, Peru. Have you always wanted to visit the Amazon rainforest? Your tickets are $50 per person. And you can enter as many times, I do believe, as you want to. It is a 1-week stay for 2 people. The center is equipped with a dormitory, housing. Each room has its own air conditioner, fan, bathroom with hot and cold running water, and access to laundry facilities. The research center is located approximately 10 kilometers southwest of Iquitos, Peru, in the Peruvian Amazon. Iquitos is unique in that it is surrounded on 3 sides by 3 different rivers: the Amazon, the Ataya, and the Nene. Iquitos is the largest city in the world that cannot be reached by road. It is accessible solely by river or air, and it is often referred to as an island in the middle of the jungle. The winner will receive round-trip airfare for 2 to Iquitos, limit up to $2,000, housing, meals included, transportation to and from the airport, access to the Manatee Rescue Center. Says it was March 2022. Well, this is the second one. This is March 2023 right here. He did have a raffle last year and someone won that was international, and don't know if he's gone yet. Thank you for my newsletters link, and I am still taking information for that newsletter. It will be the March-April 2023 newsletter, and you get access at the on the Amazon Research Center raffle. You get access to the Manatee Rescue Center and Amazon Forever. Transportation to and from will be provided. You get access to the aquarium for the Amazon, and etc. etc. You can go there, and the raffle tickets are $50 a person, and you can enter as many times as you want. So there you go. Go over to the Amazon Research Center, and the link is in chat if anybody wants to know. Contact Dr. Anthony. All right. What else is going on? And we can bring fish home. Yeah, he'll connect you to the right people. And you'll have to talk to Dr. Anthony about that. Saints does. I know there's transshippers and stuff like that, but he's better informed than I am. But I appreciate everyone being with me here tonight, all of the help that was in chat. We learned about Hydra, how to recognize it, to treat it, and get rid of it. We also learned about Camallanus worms, which is an internal parasite once it's eaten. It's actually an external parasite that's eaten by crustaceans, and once the fish eats an infected crustacean, then it gets into the gut of the fish. The parasite grows and eats off of the gut nutrients in that parasite, in that parent fish, and then the reproduction system starts all over again. Hello, Diego of Pet Sonics. Adam from Proper Royals is up next. His live stream is about ball pythons. If anyone's interested in ball pythons, go to the YouTube channel that Diego has posted. Thank you, Diego. Dusty, what's up? I wonder if I missed anything. Raphael's got a video up on Animal Instincts 205. He has some beautiful blue crayfish. If anyone is interested, hit him up. And I want to appreciate everyone for being with us. I am excited about the different species of fish that I have that are now in this aquarium. We've got Rasboros, we've got 4 species of Corridora in there. We have some chili Rasboros. We have 3 dwarf neon blue rainbow fish, and lots of plants and cherry shrimp. But this is Susan for SLC Aquatics. #FishFanMom. God bless you until we see you again. Have a good night.